Okay, now it says to express the following as surds in the simplest form. When you see that term surd, it just means something that is irreducible. We can't turn it into something else in a simpler way. So the first problem says the square root of 18. Well, square roots are they trap numbers so long as they are not squares, right? So any square that's inside of there we can remove if it's being multiplied in, if it's a factor. Well, let's think about your squares, right? 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, yada, 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 yada. So these can come out. So a 4 on the outside is a 16 on the inside, right? And so that's how that would work, right? So if we can find a square, one of these numbers, we can remove it and take it to the outside, and it would not be a square anymore. So here, I can notice that this is the same thing, right, as 2 times 9, which is the same thing as 2 times 3 squared, which is the same thing, would be we can take the 3 out and get 3 times the square root of 2. So that would be a way to reduce this as much as possible. And then the last example says 147 to the 1/2. So 147 to the 1/2, this is B. 1/2 is the same thing as the square root. And so what we need to do again is look for squares here. And so this one's a little bit larger, and so it's maybe a little bit harder to see, but this is going to be the same thing as 3 times 49. Now, you can try out different squares to make sure that works, but just keep trying through until you can divide in. You can always go down to smaller numbers, but this would be, I think, the smallest one that would actually work. This is the same thing as 3 times 7 squared. And again, now because we found a square and it's a factor of the inside, we can actually remove it. And we're left with 7 times the square root of 3. So that's our final answer there.